Hello, everyone. I am here with Diana Peterfreund, and we're going to be streaming this game, Edgar Allan Poe, Interactive Horror 1995, which is previously The Dark Eye. Sorry for the delay. I've been having some issues with this game and the setup. Everything is conflicting with everything else on my computer. But anyway, say hi to Diana. Hi, Diana. Can you still hear me, Diana? Yep. Okay, so let me turn on the game. Let me turn on this audio. Okay, great. I'm going to turn on the audio so everyone else can hear you. And you can say hello. Turn on this audio. Okay, great. I'm going to turn on the audio so everyone else can hear you. You can say hello. And, whoops. Okay. This is tricky. All right, so I'm going to start the game, and I'm hoping that I can actually, really? Hearing a lag from my own computer. Can you guys hear me? Everything seem okay?
I can hear you.
Sounds like there's a faint echo. Okay, what's causing that? I'm going to start the game because I just need to be able to see if I can adjust the audio settings in here. Nope. Start the game. Okay. I just need to be able to see if I can adjust the audio settings. All right, so what is causing this echo now? That is strange. Yeah, and the game audio is way too loud. What is causing this echo now? That's strange. Yeah, and the game audio is way too loud. And there doesn't seem to be any way to adjust the game audio.
How about now?
And well, I can hear you okay, but the game audio is just way too loud, and I don't know how to lower it. Adjust it in Windows. Can I adjust the game audio in Windows? I think I could. Oh, now you can see everything on my screen. Hold on a second here. Blank that for a second. Right click your speaker icon. Oh, okay.
It looks like Phil is a Baltimore person. They say, "This is interesting. I go past his grave at least once a week."
Oh, wow. Okay, let me see here. What am I adjusting here?
Can you still hear me?
Discord. Yep. Okay, I'm going to turn the game. Oh, that helps. All right, I just turned the game's volume way down. And I'm turning Discord up. Yeah, I turned the Discord the game screen off so you can't see everything I'm doing on my desktop. All right, hopefully that's better. I turned on the game audio. Can you say something, Diana?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Oh, that's much better. Thank you. Great. Okay. Thank you, Sklets. That's very helpful. I didn't know I could do that. Volume mixer. All right, let's turn that back on again. Oh no. Great. That's great. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Okay. And then Discord. But now oh, there we are. Okay, cameras are up. Great. The audio seems to be, the echo's gone, I think. And does everything sound better now, everyone?
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah, sounds good. Great. Okay. Yeah, it's not like I need OBS or anything, right, Sklets? Thank you. Thank you for that helpful tip. I did not know about the volume mixer. Okay, this is not ideal. This has been a learning experience. Very fun. Sorry for the delay. Anyway, Diana's here. She has an awesome book called Allan Poe, The Forgotten Lore. It's just out. I'm still reading it. I'm still very early in the book, but I'm enjoying it a lot. She just Yeah, she just met Gus, so I'm like pretty early in this, but it's fun. And hey, Ace, how you doing? Great White North is here. Hello. My voice is still a little low. I can turn that up a little bit more. Do I want to mess with this? All right, hold on. Sorry. Just gonna hide that again for a second. This is the jankiest stream I've ever run, honestly. You'd think I hadn't been doing this for like 8 years. Okay. I'm gonna turn Diana's feed up even more. So that's great. Hopefully that did it. All right. Hopefully that's better. There we go. Okay. Hey, Richard. How are you doing? And Phil Torpin, hello. Great. All right. I think we got it sorted out. Anyway, sorry. We haven't done anything yet. Did we started this game? What am I looking at? I need your knowledge of Edgar Allan Poe, Diana. What is this?
I guess it's supposed to be sort of a metaphorical view of someone's mind, I'm gonna say.
Okay, I buy that. That makes sense. I like that. I'm gonna try clicking on something and see. It's not doing anything.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Phrenology, like Sklet says.
Oh wait! Oh! I pointed at something and then we.
All right, we've got a creepy head.
Okay. That's yeah. We're pointing at things. So this game, I guess, came out in 1995. It's called The Dark Eye. I've never heard of this before, but I did see that it was an Edgar Allan Poe game, and I decided I really wanted to stream this. And
Just to have an excuse to talk to me.
And absolutely. Okay, so yeah, and you guys could hear the game audio like a little bit. It's not overbearing. Hopefully that's okay. There are leaves here. And it looks like you can only interact with things when you point at them. So, like that head. I'm not sure what I'm really supposed to do here. I can point at this rock. It looked like it was about to point at this rock. I don't know why, but now I can. I guess I'm going to point at this. Okay, this is strange. Okay.
Oh.
I guess we're going in. Or I'll have to knock. Of course, you got to knock first. You can't just walk into somebody's house.
All right, so the Poe story about a guy visiting somebody's house. There's the fall of the House of Usher, of course. Oh! Well, that would not be Roderick Usher.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Diana's on a slight delay. I couldn't figure out how to stream my screen in real time to her. Lots of complicated issues today. But here's this guy. So one thing that I kind of like about this is it looks like stop motion animation, and it's kind of got like a little bit of like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Jan Svankmajer films. I'm gonna move my camera over here. Jan Svankmajer, like this Czechoslovakian filmographer who makes like super creepy. Well, they're not always creepy, but like disturbing short films, often with stop motion. And this guy would fit right in there. He said something about his master. So far, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, we're inside the house.
So,
Surely,
are you hearing stuff?
I only heard like the door Oh, is the game audio not on? Can you kind of the game audio? No, there's nothing playing right now. There's like only periodically there's music, and the guy was like talking a little bit.
Okay.
I can turn the game audio back up a little bit, but it was super overbearing before. So let me fix that a little bit. I probably compensated by turning it like way too low.
And
So I'm
can
gonna try
the
to.
people on YouTube hear us?
They seem to be able to hear us at the moment.
Okay. Because I'm watching this on YouTube and like, I don't hear anything.
Oh, you don't hear anything. You should be able to hear us.
Oh, well, I guess they can hear us. Maybe Discord fixes. I don't know.
All right, I'm turning the game audio back up again, like that, and then hopefully that'll do it. Oops, I clicked on something I didn't mean to click on, and I don't know how to go back.
No.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, right clicking also moves you forward. So I'm just looking at random things now. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, hi.
There you are. You haven't just come.
There you are. I heard
It's
that.
exceedingly dangerous to traverse the coast this time of day.
Man. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. You guys can hear the game audio, and yeah. So we're just kind of looking around, I guess. Let's.
Sure. So are these
If
supposed to be based on Poe stories?
I believe they are. I believe they are, at least in a
Like a
general like.
general dreamlike homage sort of way?
Yeah, yeah. Let's look at this painting and see.
So the Poe
Um,
story about a painting is
I'm so
called
glad
The
you
Oval
came.
Portrait,
I find
and
that
it's
the
also about a
pleasant
guy
company of
who
my
goes to stay in a
relations
house,
calms my
and he
nerves.
becomes fascinated with this portrait of a beautiful woman in the house.
okay. I'm not real sure like what we're supposed to do here. Can I pick that up?
Careful. I use a special thinner. The fumes can do all sort of damage to you. A painter I knew fairly went mad from it.
Hey, I've got some paint thinner. Am I supposed to drink it? Like what?
It looks like a
I'm not.
beer.
Yeah, it looks very refreshing. I'm going to click on that, and I guess I was just looking at it. I don't actually know.
He
Oh, I
scratched
gave it
at
back
his
to
own
him.
eyes in a fit of frenzy. His own eyes.
Okay. Don't drink the thinner. Great White North says, "Thank you, good advice." Okay. I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do here. We're mostly just kind of clicking on things. So I can, when I get to the edge, I can like turn around.
Just
I want to see what
keep
he's.
the windows open.
I wanted to see what he was working on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're just gonna go out of this room. Hey, here's somebody's office. Okay, click on this. Yeah, it's not really giving me a lot of things to interact with. I can't pick up the letter opener. I can't look at this thing on the desk, the stamp, these books.
Hmm.
All right, that's fine. And there's that room again. Huh. Okay. Oh, now I can look at this painting. There we go.
Time of mine. By keeping my mind occupied, I attempt to dispel some of the constitutional agitation which afflicts me.
Okay. Yeah, so much for being interactive, Great North says. Can you see the chat, Diana?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Um, yeah, so your book just came out, right?
Yes.
And there's a sequel.
There is. It's coming out in October.
October, that's fairly soon.
I
Do you want to
know.
tell people about Ellen Poe while I wander around this
Sure.
creepy house?
Absolutely. So, Ellen Poe is set in modern day Baltimore, and it is the story of a teenage girl whose family has the family legend is that they are descended from Edgar Allan Poe, which is a story that she's never believed until she is cleaning out the basement of her aunt's historic Fells Point townhouse one day, and she finds this coded diary. And when she starts decoding the things in the diary, out pops the ghost of Edgar Allan Poe. And the diary leads her on this sort of massive treasure hunt all over the city to different Poe themed landmarks. So it's like a little bit like the Da Vinci Code or National Treasure in that way. And she also meets another teenager named Gus, whose entire family has recently died and who may be the subject of a murder investigation. So it's really fun, despite being about obviously very macabre subjects and featuring a ghost. It's a fun, lighthearted, gothy mystery.
Yeah, it is really fun so far. So I've been spoiled now for some of the stuff that I haven't read yet, but it's on me for taking so long to read it.
No, I didn't spoil anything. You've already met Eddie. If you've met
Yeah.
Gus.
Right. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing in this house. Here's a door. Okay, we're gonna go in there. No, we're not gonna go in there. Okay,
No?
we're not going in there.
Oh.
No, I don't know. This is a fancy house. I'm not sure. Is this a walking simulator? Like what is this? Oh, people. Okay.
Cousin, you've come. Oh, we're so happy.
Oh, dear brother, delighted
Wow,
to see
those
you.
are really
Please,
cool
join us.
artistic renderings of these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sort of digging the aesthetic of it. I don't know what's going on here. So we're related to these people.
Are they
All right.
talking to you? I can't hear their dialogue.
Henry has just been relating his adventures to me. He's been everywhere.
So I don't know if you heard that. She did speak to me just now.
I'm not hearing them speak.
Oh, are you listening to it on YouTube or are you listening to it?
I'm listening to it on YouTube. Should I?
Yeah. Did you guys not hear that lady just talk? She's saying like, "Oh, hello, cousin." Blah blah blah. I think you guys heard the audio before. So they were talking, however, a bit low. Okay, I can turn the game audio up a little bit more. Let me do that. As long as it's not blasting my eardrums out, I'm fine. It's also that music, that overbearing music is gone. Like the music was the real problem here. Let me turn the game audio up again. It might just be too low now. Okay, yeah, that's very low. I'll turn this up. Okay, hopefully that'll be better. Okay.
But my travels are over. I'm ready to settle down.
Did you hear that guy?
Yes.
Okay, great. It was just too low, I guess. Yeah, audio is always a work in progress. Nobody cares about all the technical problems I had setting this up, but it was an issue. All right, so what did he even say? I know he said something, but I didn't actually pay attention to what he said. Let's go talk to.
Find Uncle Edwin. We're worried about him. He is consumed by his paintings.
Okay.
Are you unwell? You look a little peaked.
Okay, that's a little disconcerting.
You disappeared. I love the wallpaper in here. It's like the faded.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do you hear the creepy voices, or is it just me?
No.
There's like whispering. It's super creepy whispering.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're gonna. This is like really, really scary, scary audio.
Probably good I can't hear it then.
Yeah, I mean, it basically sounds like I'm going mad. That's
Haha, never more in this place.
Oh, okay. Yep, it's just a little observatory of some kind. I don't know. All right, that's the room I was just in, right? Can I not drink the wine or whatever? No, I guess I'm not. I can't. Is it Amontillado?
Hahaha, Amontillado, yeah.
Yeah. Nope. There's a piano. Yeah, it's just like a jumble of voices and creepy like breathing. All right, we're gonna go downstairs. Is this the past? Like, what's going on? Because there are no paintings on the things.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly this is 1995, right? Is it Can I go out of the house? Oh, you can't leave. Oh, here's a painting. That looks like sort of a stylized raven, maybe?
Yeah, I see a raven.
Sklet says, paint thinners for drinking, wines for looking. Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, everything looks weird. Is it just a different...
Oh, yeah.
Different-
It's like she's all like blue and dead now. So you're having a nightmare.
I hope it's a nightmare.
You've dropped into the netherworld or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you go into these games like completely blind? You don't know how to play?
Usually, if a game has a manual... You know what? This game has a manual, and I didn't have time to look at it. So I probably should have checked that out. Normally, I'll at least read them. Yeah, I should look at it now.
No, now you can look at the painting.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Well, there's something on the... No, I can't look at that. I can't even drink the paint thinner anymore. So yeah, I didn't look up too much about this. I thought it would be a little bit more obvious what I'm supposed to do, but I think you're just supposed to be clicking around, like looking around, and things are just gonna get weird. I don't know. So here's the office again. Oh, now I hear like a bird tweeting. Whoa, okay. So that doesn't look normal.
Creepy! What happened? Can you... Is that you? Because you're like in front of the plate?
Yeah, is it my reflection? The hand is doing something strange here. Oh, Okay, wait. I clicked on it and something happened. What?
Okay.
So we just teleported. Is this the past now? Oh, hold on. I can open this drawer. And there are things inside this drawer.
With gloves and a ribbon.
My dearest, I can't even read that name. I am writing this note because I have not the courage to speak to you directly. I harbor such deep emotions concerning yourself, and I find I can no longer hold them. Aegeus? Is that the name? I can't read that.
That does not remind me of a name in Poe. I don't think I know
Yeah.
that name.
Wait, hold on.
He does like weird names though.
All right, let's look over here. Oh, okay. Am I in somebody else's? Is that me? Like, is that my reflection? Am I in somebody else's? Like that? That must be me, right? Like, am I in somebody some memory or
I
something?
think that must be you.
Okay.
That dress is incredibly ornate for like 1995 video games. I'm really impressed. It's like really lacy and everything else is sort of 8-bit.
Right. Yeah. This is very.
Is this like a CD-ROM game?
That's a good question. I should have done some more research about what this was. Like, this one of those like old. Yeah, there's like CD interactive, like the full motion video or something.
It looks like a CD-ROM game, like the way that it's, like I don't know what the right word is, but the way the images and the way that it's sort of presented with these different screens that load, it just makes me think of those.
Oh, there's a bird here now.
There's a lot of stuff here now, lace windows and furniture and.
Sound like somebody was knocking at the door.
Knocking
at my chamber door. Yeah. Here's another note. Dear Emily, at long last spring has come. Doctor says I am not to go out. He gives careful instructions for my every exertion. This I find particularly dismaying. I keenly miss the days of my exuberant youth. Cousin Aegeus continues to treat me with perfect kindness and generosity. It must be difficult for him to maintain an invalid for so long. He himself suffers an affliction of the nerves, and the strain of providing for me cannot be a small matter to him. He has been my closest companion all my life, and I feel such affection for him that the slight something writing his name can cause tears to fall. I can't read behind our pictures. Your loving friend.
It's not signed.
Berenice?
Berenice. Okay.
Berenice. Look, I did something. I interacted. I signed something.
Yeah. Maybe Aegeus is the name of the character in Berenice. So Poe wrote most of his books. Most of his characters were first-person narrators. So sometimes they had names, and sometimes, we never learned their names. So.
Sometimes they used to, like the old style, like they would have like the first letter and then like a dash, like a long dash for their names.
Yeah, but it's possible that this name is made up for this game because a lot of times, the narrators of Poe stories are just like unnamed narrator, right? You never find it because he's writing in first person.
Right, right,
So, like in the Telltale Heart, you never learn the name of that guy. In the Black Cat, you
right,
never learn the name of that guy.
right. Did you watch did you watch The Fall of Usher? Is it The House of Usher? Whatever that the
I did, yeah.
on Netflix? Yeah.
I watched everything. I read everything. I read, so one of the things that I did in the book is I decided that the ghost Eddie was only going to talk in the words of Edgar Allan Poe.
That's
Um,
cool.
and so because of that, I had to read everything that Poe ever wrote, like all of his letters, his
Oh,
laundry
wow.
lists, like all of those things, so that I could find out what I want, like the things that I wanted him to say, and I could find places where he said, approximately those things, so I could put them in the
Mhm.
book. And so yeah, I feel like I know that man very well now at this point. He's very interesting, complicated person.
It's kind of a terrifying thought. Like imagine if like authors like if you could only speak in the afterlife through the words that you had written in your books. Like you were just limited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
is
don't
kind
know.
of terrifying. So, you know, it's a curse. But I didn't when I first decided to do it. I didn't think of it as terrifying. I thought of it as a way to honor him. Like
Yeah.
and not put words in his mouth and
Yeah.
things.
No, I like that. I like that. That's really
Oh my
elegant
gosh, that's
actually.
so cool! Ghostly faces.
Yeah. Can I Oh, a book. To Helen. This is an Edgar Allan Poe poem,
Yes,
right?
it is. Yep, to Helen.
Helen, thy beauty is to me like those Nicean barks of yore that gently o'er a perfumed sea the weary wayworn wanderer bore to his own native shore. Do you have all these memorized now?
I don't have them memorized, but I did have to read this one recently in Baltimore. The Poe Theater had like a 24-hour Poe readathon, as a benefit concert for their theater, and they did a live stream. And To Helen was one of the poems that I read, and I had to look up how to pronounce Nicean.
Nicean. Thank you. Here's a dried flower that I mean a little eerie, a little weird. Whatever just happened there.
Uh, do you want to hear what happened to Berenice?
Sure.
Okay, so look, it says E Poe there.
Yep.
Um, so Berenice is one of the doomed, beautiful maidens of Poe literature. The guy marries her and she dies. I can't remember exactly what she dies of, but
Oh.
he starts dreaming about her because it's one of those like, oh, she was buried, too soon kind of things. And a variety of horrific things happen, but it's heavily implied that he robs her grave and in his sleep, or at least he pretends not to remember, and he winds up with a box of her teeth. Like
What?
yeah, that's what happened to Berenice. She dies, he buries her. He has horrible dreams about her coming to get him, and he winds up having grave robbed her and has a box of her teeth. That's what happens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel. I'm glad you arrived just in time to hear that delightful.
He has a lot of stories, and they're all pretty horrifying.
It will help
His
with
characters
Also,
are
I must
usually
counsel bed rest. Try to stay
psychotic
in as
in
much
one
as
way or
possible.
another. He was amazing at writing these very convincing. Oh, what's that? Was that poison or ink? Oh, it's her medicine. Because look, there's a little.
I think it's her. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. The audio like played over you talking, but you were talking about his characters being like psychotic. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's the. I didn't know clicking on the bottle was gonna trigger a sound clip. Whenever I should have waited.
I didn't mess up a clue.
No, I haven't. I can try clicking on it again. See if it does it again. Hold on. No, one drink only. No, okay. That's okay. I don't actually know if there's anything to solve in this. Or if it's just like, exploring this strange environment. Okay. So, oh, here, there's probably something great in there, except I can't open it. Never mind. Okay. There's this bird. Okay. Can I look out the window? Oh. No. No, I can't. Okay. That is sort of elaborate. Like they put a lot of time into like letting you look at everything, but then not everything is really like interactive.
Loving the textures though, like her dress, these lace curtains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really, really well done art for 1995. It's amazing.
Good morning, miss.
Oh boy.
I thought I'd look in to see if you're feeling something better.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Yes, miss.
Okay then. Did you hear her?
No, what'd she say?
So her name is Catherine, and she came in to see if I was feeling better. And Berenice says, yes, I am. And then she said, good, miss, and then she leaves. So I'm not sure why you can't hear the game audio sometimes.
That's so weird.
I was trying to look at it. It looked like there was like a cross stitch or something in the bed, or whatever this thing is, but I can't click on it. I'm trying to look at it. Every time I click on that thing, it just takes me over to the bed, and then... Oh, maybe I have to go to the bed and then like see if it'll let me look down. No, I guess I can't do that. All right, I guess we're going out. So there's some music playing now. I'm not allowed to go up to this red door, apparently. Hopefully there's nothing in the lower left-hand corner of the game, because I usually can't see anything there. Looks like a cupcake or something, but I can't click on it. Oh, it's just the banister.
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay, so I just knocked on the door and somebody said yes. So I'm going to go in.
There's some music now.
All right, so is this Aegeus?
Cousin, you never leave this room. Come for a stroll.
Okay, I don't know if you hear what she says. She said, cousin, you never leave this room. Come for a stroll. There's a picture on the wall. Okay. Huh. All right. It's interesting how the hand like reorients around the thing you're supposed to like interact with. It's like doing this weird like, hello, petting his head.
Miles from here.
Okay, so then I guess my internal thought says he seems miles from here. Oh boy. Huh. Okay.
Berenice, will you marry me?
Okay, he just proposed. She's like, cousin, are you all right? And then his eyes like did this weird glowing thing, and there was like a weird sound effect, and then he's like, Berenice, will you marry me? So
Aegeus.
Aegeus, she said.
Aegeus.
Aegeus. She's calling him Aegeus. Okay, that audio got very interesting.
CD-ROM is loading. Okay, nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime.
It looks like it might be another season even. I don't know. So she said, "Of course I will," but she was like really effusive about it. All right, let's see what's going on.
Effusive is not a word that gets used often.
She now her internal thought says he's made me very happy. So that's nice. Still can't open the window.
I hope he hasn't asked me out of pity.
I hope he hasn't asked me out of pity. All right. So she's doing the second guessing that we all do when somebody asks us to marry them.
Someone asks you to marry you? Yeah, sure. Just second guessing.
All right. Is there another letter here? Let's see. Is it the same letter? Ah, okay. Dear Emily, the happy day will soon be upon us. I'm certain doctor would say all this excitement is not good for me, but I haven't felt so well in years upon years. I'm concerned about Aegeus.
Very handsome.
He continues to be as bookish as ever, but he is often distracted and distant. I feel certain once our marriage vows are taken, he will adjust, as I will, to the unusual state of being happy. I do hope you can come to the wedding. I know it is a long journey, but it would be the final touch to a day of complete joy. Please, please come see us.
Happy.
She just keeps saying he's made me very happy. He's made me very happy. All right. Great. Yeah, I don't know if there's like an actual game here or if it's just like, let's look around.
I hope he hasn't asked me out of pity.
I can't look at the picture again. Can I drink some more medicine? No. All right.
No, certainly not.
Oh, the flowers withered, even though it looked fine a second ago.
Aegeus will look very handsome.
I wonder if that's a metaphor for anything.
Could be. She's saying Aegeus will look very handsome. I can't open this again. Okay.
He's made me very happy.
All right, let's just get out of here. Somebody's knocking on the door, but they won't come in.
I hope he hasn't asked me out of pity.
Can't do anything with the fireplace. Oh, jeez. Jump scare.
Berenice, you're soon to be married. Oh my, oh my.
She just bursts into the room. It's like, Miss Berenice, you're soon to be married. Oh my, oh my. And then she like left.
The little dance was great.
Oh my goodness. Okay, can I go into this red door yet? No, I can't. I want to know what's in there. All right.
He's so distant. I hope he's all right. Aegeus?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry to distract you. I wanted to tell you, Cook's chosen duck for the wedding feast.
All right, she's interrupted him to tell him that Cook has chosen duck for the wedding feast. Oh, his eyes are doing the weird thing again. What is that?
So creepy.
And he's kind of doing some weird little gesture too. Can I see what's on your desk? No. I want to read what you're writing. All right, let me click on him. No, I can't click on him again. He's just moving his hands around for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. Take that letter opener away from you. No. All right.
Aegeus? Darling? Oh, you're occupied. I'll return at a better time.
Okay, wow. Oh, that's an interesting corner. So she's like, oh, you're occupied. I'll return later. Because he's just standing there moving his hands around without doing anything. But there's some strange things over here. Oh, is that a Perseus
Yeah.
painting?
They're like a loincloth.
I don't even think there's a loincloth there. I think the sword is strategically, very strategically placed here.
Yeah,
I can't get
I
any
was
closer.
mistaking his lower abdomen for like a loincloth.
Yeah, right. Well, imagine staring at that all day. I don't know.
It's also a guy marrying his cousin, let's remember. So.
Okay, that's fair. And then I don't know what's going on with this bust, like who this is supposed to be.
Aristotle.
Aristotle.
Looks like Aristotle to me. Yes, Joel. Perseus is the one who killed Medusa.
Yes, that's right. Okay, nothing else to interact with here. We're just going to go out. We'll leave him alone.
Aegeus doesn't look well at all.
All right, she's saying Aegeus doesn't look well at all. And
The doctor.
the house is looking a little weird too.
Grayer than he was the last time.
Like it's all wibbly wobbly.
Are you, maybe you're not well. Maybe you're also...
Not well either.
Yeah, things don't look good.
Faint?
I must get my medicine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she says I must get my medicine.
Uh-huh.
My medicine. My medicine.
No! The medicine spilled. Doomed.
Lick it off the table.
There's some various voices. Okay, that was quite a ride. Now what? Oh, this is not a casket, right? Like I'm not in a
It's
casket now.
Yeah, no, that's a casket. That's definitely the inside of the casket.
I have to tap to let people know I'm inside.
Yeah, because you're Berenice, and you're gonna be haunting him from beyond the grave until he comes and rips your teeth out of your skull.
Help! Help! Let me out!
Wow, this is messed up. You can't hear it. She's screaming. She's like, "Help!" Oh, you can?
Yeah, she's. Let me out! Let me out!
Alive! Thank God.
Oh wait, is he here for her teeth? Oh my god!
Did I just hear?
Hey.
What did you say?
Did you see that?
No, but I'm distressed at what I heard out of your mouth.
Yeah. So she was just buried alive, and then like she was banging on the casket, and he opened the casket, and he like just smashed her with like a shovel or something.
Wow.
Cora just walked in and
What
discovered what was happening here.
time.
Yeah.
Must have been a dream.
Pretty dark and disturbing, a haunting dream. I was glad to find myself back in Edwin's silent home.
Let's see what this letter says. Is it his confession?
Did you hear what he said?
No, what did he say?
He said it was just a dream. It must have just been a dream. Glad to be back here in Edwin's home or something. So.
Oh, that's you, the main character, not.
Okay, yeah. This is Edgar Allan Poe's interactive horror.
Oh, fun.
All right, let's see what this letter says here, if it will let me look at it. Dear Cousin Edwin, due to the unfortunate prejudices of my employer, I find myself suddenly without work and in acute pecuniary difficulty. It would be of considerable providence. Oh, thank you. To me, if you would suffer my presence for some short time.
On your estate.
On your. Do you want to read? You seem to be easier to read.
Sorry. Okay, hold on. I request some time away from the pernicious influence of the city to
write myself and renew my energies.
Okay. I await your reply with humble hopes. Please
express my tender affections
to my dear niece Elise, your ward. I'm afraid I don't quite know what to do with myself in this world. Perhaps you can give me some good advice. Your nephew, Henry.
Man. Reading cursive with like really like low res cursive.
Yeah, low res. It's like I can read cursive just fine. The low res
yeah.
is killing me.
Yeah, this one looks farther away than the other ones were. The other ones were easier to read. Yeah. But anyway, so I have a bad feeling about it, Elise. What's this? Hey, it's that thing.
Oh, the phrenology map or whatever.
Yeah. It's not odd at all. Okay, I'm going to have to read the manual to this later on.
I think whoever said that was a phrenology map in the very beginning was totally on.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, hey, Goblin. How you doing? Richard says, but on the plus side, there might be really good wine down here. In the casket? I don't think so. It's not a casket of Amontillado. It's a casket of Berenice. Yeah.
The guy in Amontillado didn't make it into a casket. He was bricked up in a wall in a catacomb.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even get a casket.
I want to look at these books. I can't look at the books. I always want to look at the books. Like every video game I play, I always look at the bookshelves and anything I can interact with.
Yeah, I sent a picture to I don't know if you know Jackie Dollamore, but I sent a picture to
her
the other day, and it had these bookshelves in the back, and we were talking about something else, and then she's like, "Oh, I see some friends up there," and I'm like, "Of course you zoomed in to read all the titles, like
of course." Of course, every time people post a picture of their bookshelves, of course I'm looking. I'm looking. Yeah. Oh, a fun, different, other creepy painting. What is that?
That's
a portrait of my mother. She died when
that looks like a dude in
young.
hell burning.
God rest her soul.
He said it's a portrait of his mother.
She resembles him.
Maybe it's a portrait of his mother
Something
in hell
about
burning.
the eye.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, is that fire in their mouth?
Well, it is Elise. She's been spending far too much time with your brother.
Oh. He said, did you hear what he said? He said, I wonder where Elise is. She's been spending far too much time with your brother. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about Elise. What are you doing, old man? Where did he go? He was just here a second ago. Where did he go? Okay. Still can't leave the house. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. So Diana, what games do you play?
Let's see. I play a lot of I play phone games.
Okay.
I really like Toon Blast. I when the new Animal Crossing update came, I fell into
Yeah.
Animal Crossing again and played all the updated stuff. I have to like really limit myself with games because if I let myself play, I can't play casually. I get really into them and I spend like hours on it, and that is probably not good for me.
Not when you have all your deadlines and
Yeah, so I'm a lot better at games that have a firm beginning and end, which
yeah.
actually tend to be older games. Older games tend to do like the beginning and end thing. Now it's just, this open-ended world that you could always keep going on with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably the dangerous part for me.
Yeah.
When I think about like my top tier favorite games of all time, they were always games that I was like playing in the early 2000s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sort of my games. I loved Siberia.
Oh yeah, I have like 3 of those games. I need to play them.
Yeah, and I
In, like,
love
my backlog.
Siberia. I love the story of Siberia. Like I love the sort of steampunky quality of Siberia. And just in general, those games that are kind of like this, where you're in an environment and you're trying to like put together a puzzle to escape that environment. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a word for what kind of game that is, but that's kind of my jam. I love those kind of games.
Oh yeah, they're sort of like there are like lots of escape room type games. There's a really good one. I don't know if there is a Switch 2 version of it. I don't know if there's a Switch version of it or if you can play it on your PC, but there's this game called Blueprints that just came out recently. Last year it won a bunch of awards. And you're in a house and you are sort of building the house as you go through it. So you can take a certain number of steps, and each time you take a step, you can decide like what's on the other side of the door, whether it's going to be a closet or a bedroom or an office or something like that. And you're sort of building out the space and looking for clues inside of it, looking for objects, and then like using those things to solve puzzles. It's like the whole house is kind of like this big escape room, and it's called Blueprints. Prince as in like royalty, but also blueprints as in blueprints for a house. Yeah. So it's really, really interesting. We have it on like PlayStation 5, but I know it's on Steam too. But yeah, there are like, this seems like an escape room game, except there's not really any puzzles. It's just kind of like looking around and
it really depends how it all comes together for me. Like that's one of the reasons that I think I really liked Siberia. I just like played it through with the girls, and then we also played Portal and Portal 2, which I love so much. I love that whole like space race punk. I don't know what to call it, like mid-century kind of thing.
Yeah, my son just played through Portal for the first time. He really liked it.
Yeah, and but I think that the story has to work, and it also the puzzles have to be logical. A couple years ago, I downloaded Botany Manor because people said, "Oh, it's like Siberia," and I think I'm always always searching for that high from Siberia again. But the puzzles, I played about half of it, but the puzzles like weren't very logical to me, and that got frustrating. Like I don't like a game where I get stuck on a puzzle and no matter what I do for like several days, I can't figure it out, and then I have to go and like look at the cheats on the internet and then be like, oh well, randomly I was supposed to put this thing on this other thing that
or you miss like the one spot on the wall that like you could interact with or something like that.
Well, that one I just feel is like my personal, I'm not a very good gamer kind of thing, but like where it's like there's no logic to why you should have to put this thing from one side of the manor on this one particular spot. Like if it made sense, I don't mind scouring the entire manor to find the thing.
Yeah, we always say when we encounter things like that, it's because video game.
Right, video game. Like I would searched an entire house for an arrow if you had to like put it in Cupid's bow or something. Like I would be
Right.
fine with that. But if it's like you have to get an arrow and then put it in a glass of water for literally no reason, I get frustrated with the game.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of a clue for that. So Joel says it's retrofuturism. That sounds right to me.
Retrofuturism, yes,
Yeah.
that would be the term I'm looking for. Like,
Hey, zombie JLT, how you doing?
I did that series Omega City that had the retrofuturism vibes, which
Yeah. Did you but so there are other Siberia games. Did you try the other Siberia games? Yeah. Okay. So you meant like Siberia, like the whole series? You're trying to chase that down.
The first one is peak.
I need to play that because I've got so many games in my. Actually, I might have it on Steam. That could be one of my summer Steam backlog games to try out because I've been meaning to check it out for a while.
It must have been like 25 years ago, and it just sort of lodged in my psyche, like the aesthetics of it, the vibes, the mystery. Kate Walker, the protagonist of Siberia, to this day, when she has this like little wind-up robot friend, and she says to him, "See you later, alligator," and he says, "In a while, Kate Walker."
Aw, that's adorable.
Like I taught my kids to say that because when they started, like I think they do know technically that it's supposed to be crocodile, but they both say "In a while, Kate Walker" to me if I say
That's adorable.
alligator to them, because that's kind of it's passed into sort of family lore.
That is adorable. Does this raven look any different? I want to say the face looks a little different, but I could be imagining it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, because I think I was thinking of the raven as like the figure in the top left of that picture, and not the figure in the
it does look. Yeah.
Before it was just sort of a black smear in the middle, and now there's like a raven face in it. This is kind of like the Netflix show, The Fall of the House of Usher, where like you don't see all the ghosts at first, and when you rewatch it, you're like, holy crap, there's a ghost in the back of every scene.
Yep. Really love Mike Flanagan's stuff. Okay. Oh, we can see the thing now. What is that? Oh no, it's the thing to remove teeth, isn't it?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Oh man, I'm really glad you know the lore here, because I would be completely mystified as to what was happening here.
Yeah, it's a plier. They're pliers. They're like weird pliers with very bizarre looking teeth on the end of them already.
Yep. Well, that's great. Yeah. Okay. What else? I've got to wander around until I trigger something. Oh, can I look at I looked at this already. It's all the same. Okay.
Which Poe story is your favorite?
I really do like the Cask of Amontillado. We read that one in English class in like the 10th grade, and my teacher was really gung-ho about teaching symbolism in stories. So we kind of like dug deep into that one. So I really like that one, and I think I've always sort of liked the classic, like the Telltale Heart.
Yeah.
But Edgar Allan Poe might be like the first like pastiche I ever wrote. So when I was in was it like 7th grade, we were supposed to write a story in the style of another author. So I wrote like an Edgar Allan Poe style story, and it was about somebody who, like, he was a murderer, and his punishment was to relive the murder through the eyes of his victim. And so I wrote this whole story in like an Edgar Allan Poe style, and I know I still have it like in a box someplace. I should probably like scan it in or something.
Amazing. So the characters in the book, Ellen and Gus, they have to do that in their English class. They have to write a poem in the style of Poe. And it's fun because when I do school visits or I go to signings, I have this, it's like a magnetic poetry kit. You know those?
Oh yeah.
And it's a Edgar Allan Poe themed one. And then also people are free to write their own poetry. And I have these little stationery sheets that say poetry on the top, and then people can write their version of a Poe poem.
That's cool.
After we discuss what are the classic sort of characteristics of a Poe poem.
Right. Oh, I like that. I like that.
It's funny because even though he's like a horror writer, a lot of his stories do not actually have supernatural content. Most of his stories don't have supernatural content. They have what we would consider now like gothic content, where you don't know if it's supernatural or not, or if it's just sort of the madness of the person doing the describing.
Right.
And then a lot of his stories are just straight up just murder stories, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Richard says, for our anti-AI class, I made a Poe bot. That's awesome. So I don't know if I was able to do this before, but I discovered I can go down to the basement.
All right. Let's see what happens.
This may not have been accessible previously, or it might have been. I don't know. But it's there's some ominous sounds happening as I come down here. Oh. What are you doing?
Had bad dreams last night, did you?
He just said, had bad dreams last night, did you? And he's like scraping a thing. Is he sharpening? What is that? I don't really want him behind me. But I don't think I have a choice.
The textures in this are fantastic.
Yeah, it does look really cool. And like, I don't know if this was intentional. So this was when I was trying to figure out, when I was trying to set up for the stream, I was like, I assumed it wasn't going to be widescreen. And so these old games, like they were all like 4:3, and I kind of like how they kind of put this like soft edge to the edges of the thing, because it kind of looks like you're looking through I mean, it's not like just like a straight cut. It kind of looks like it sort of feels like I'm looking at it like a slide or something. Like, I don't know.
So this kind of feels like the Cask of Amontillado, like we're in a catacomb now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're gonna do a different Poe story, I think that's what we're in. Which is great for you, because it's your favorite. I like it too.
There's this like weird rushing sound going. Oh, what's this? Is that like a loose brick? Can't do anything with this. Looks like a loose brick.
Oh, you're gonna find like a skeleton in there? Some guy who's been bricked up?
Yeah, I don't know. It could just be a shelf. I think that's just a shelf. But it does let me get real close to the bricks for some reason.
You're gonna pass out and have another nightmare.
Yeah. What does it want me to do here? Nothing. It also won't let me leave. Let's just go through this door. No. Really? Do I have to find like one thing on the wall or something? Oh, here. I can go out through here, I guess. Something just closed. Maybe I just closed the door. Can I take this torch? No. So what's up with you, man? Nothing. Okay. I guess that was it. I just A little disappointing.
Maybe if you go back upstairs, something will be different now.
Yeah.
Kind of like you needed to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. The shadow of the candle on the wall was like a raven.
Oh, can I play the piano now? Playing some music. Okay, I don't know what I played just then, but... All right.
Oh.
Hope you don't get nightmares. This... Where do I go now? That does look like a weird shadow, doesn't it? Huh. I'll go back upstairs. I don't know. Yeah, now I'm just kind of maybe I have to go back to the office. Is it down here? You can't go in there? What? Figuring out how to navigate this space is a little bit strange. This is a weird bedroom. There's nothing really in here.
Looks like Poe's bedroom. Like in the Poe house in Baltimore, he has this little tiny garret room.
Oh, really?
There's like nothing in it, but like a little bed and a table.
Yeah, definitely want to read up on this and see if there's like what sort of research went into this game. Oh, here's another room. Oh, okay.
I'm glad you've come. I have determined to ask Elise's hand.
Of course. He says he's determined to ask Elise's hand.
I know it's foolish, but my heart pounds so earnestly within. Surely you understand.
Uh-oh, that's what happened before you fell asleep last time.
I fear Edwin will be opposed. He dotes on her so, and he's always been contemptuous of my circumstances. Please, speak well of me to him. It means my whole life.
Oh, he left a note. I haven't even seen her. Where is she? But let's look at this thing he left behind. Dearest Henry, your recent declarations have left me at an extremity of emotion. For my part, your tender affections are gratefully received, but at the same moment I am confused and uncertain. You will forgive me if I spend today alone in the fresh air while I hope to order my thoughts. Affectionately, Elise. So she's outside somewhere. Alrighty then.
The plot thickens.
Yeah. Or it's at least congealing a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to go outside, I guess. Maybe? How do I go down there? Stairs are hard.
Especially curly stairs.
Yeah. Will I be allowed to leave the house now? Oh, hi.
I won't hear of it. I simply won't hear of it.
Edwin, please, see reason.
She's far too young for you, for any man. Are you insane? She's your cousin, for God's sake.
What of her wishes?
Elise is confined to her room, indefinitely. And you, young man, stay clear of me.
Did you hear that?
No.
So Edwin's like, she's far too young for you for any man, and she's your cousin. Are you insane? And she's like, she's confined to her room until further notice, and you were to stay away from her. And now we got the creepy sounds again. So,
Sounds like
yeah, I don't know.
nightmare.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how late you want to run, but we could maybe get into the next nightmare and see what's what.
Yeah, sure.
And then, do I go upstairs now? Let me see.
Maybe you go in the basement. I don't know.
Oh, maybe go back to the basement. Okay. Now that I know the basement's there, I definitely want to see what's there. I haven't seen her. I don't know where her room is. He's like, she's confined to her room. I mean, if not in this sequence, this basement is going to be important at some point. You don't build this whole space out for nothing. Oh. Okay, or it's important now. There seems to be a chapel down here.
Whoa. That's gorgeous. I have to
Or I
say,
just...
these graphics are very interesting.
Yeah, I just got like teleported to like a different memory, I think.
I love that. It's very like 70s.
Red Death had long devastated the country. No pestilence had ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal.
Is this the Mask of the Red Death?
The horror of blood.
Yeah.
There were sharp pains and sudden dizziness, and then profuse bleeding at the
Definitely dead.
The scarlet stains
everywhere.
upon the body, and especially upon the face of the victim, were the pest bands which shut him out from the aid and sympathy of his fellow.
He's expositing. He's expositing about Red Death.
And termination of the disease were the incidents of half an hour. But the Prince Prospero was happy and dauntless.
Prince Prospero.
When his dominions were half depopulated, he summoned to his presence 1,000 hale and light-hearted friends from among the knights and dames of his court.
Yeah, he's
retired to the deep seclusion of his castellated abbey.
He summoned a bunch of people to his abbey.
The creation of the prince's own eccentric yet august taste. A strong and lofty wall girdled it in. This wall had gates of iron. The courtiers having entered.
He's talking about shutting them inside the abbey and putting a big wall up.
They resolved to leave means neither of ingress nor egress to the sudden impulses of despair or frenzy from within. The abbey was amply provisioned. With such precautions,
Just telling a whole story. The abbey was amply provisioned.
The external world could take care of itself. In the meantime, it was folly to grieve or to think.
I thought that guy has like
the
two
prince
elbows.
had provided all the pleasure. There were buffoons, there were improvisatori, there were ballet dancers, there were musicians, there was beauty, there was wine. All these and security were within. Without was the Red Death.
Yeah, they were living it up inside while outside the Red Death was going on.
Yep, that's how the story goes.
Of his seclusion, and while the pestilence raged most furiously abroad, that the Prince Prospero entertained his 1,000 friends at a
Whoa.
ball of the most unusual magnificence. It was a voluptuous scene, this masquerade.
He's talking about the masquerade now.
In which it was held. There were 7.
Oh God, he's gonna tell us about each of the rooms that the ball was held in.
Which pursued the windings of the suite. These windows were of stained glass, whose color varied in accordance with the prevailing hue of the decorations of the chamber into which it opened. That at the eastern extremity was hung, for example, in blue, and vividly blue were its windows. The second chamber was purple in its ornament.
This might be a puzzle. He's saying that each of the rooms was like a different color.
The third was green throughout, and so were the casements. The fourth was furnished and lighted with orange.
This art is ridiculous.
So
Like
good.
With
It's
fire.
really cool.
The seventh apartment was closely shrouded in black velvet tapestry.
That was one of the things I really had fun
It
with
hung all over the ceiling
in Ellen
and
Poe
down the
was
walls,
because I put the book,
falling in heavy
in this
folds upon
Edgar
a
Allan
carpet
Poe
of the
themed
same
Airbnb,
material.
yeah.
deciding what rooms I
But
was
in
going
this
to have it
chamber
in, and how I was
only,
going to design
the
them.
color of the windows failed to correspond.
This could be the pit and the pendulum room.
The panes here were
I have a pit and
scarlet.
pendulum.
No, I know. I read that part. I know. It just had like the clock and the and a shaggy rug.
Yeah.
Tripod, bearing
Red
a
lights around the
radiator
outside.
fire. This projected its rays through the tinted glass and
I
so
have a,
glaringly illumined the room. And thus were produced a multitude
Raven
of
room.
gaudy and fantastic
They build a
effects.
cask of Amontillado room in
But
the
in the
basement.
western or black chamber, the
Yeah.
effect of the firelight that streamed upon the dark hangings through the blood-tinted panes was ghastly in the extreme.
Wow, this is
Produced so
horrifying.
well to look of those who
Kudos to the
entered
artist.
that there was
Seriously.
something bold enough to set foot within its precincts at all. It was in this apartment also that there stood against the western wall a gigantic clock of ebony. Its pendulums
A gigantic clock of ebony.
with a dull, heavy, monotonous clang. And when the minute hand made the circuit of the face, the hour was
This is a lot of exposition.
there came from the brazen lungs of the clock
know, I'm so
a
sorry you're
sound
missing
which
it all.
was clear and loud
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear it.
and exceedingly musical, but of so peculiar a note and emphasis that at each lapse of an hour, the musicians of the orchestra were constrained to pause in their performance to hearken to the sound. And thus
Okay, every time it
perforce ceased their evolutions, and there was a
every time it sounds the hour, the orchestra has to stop playing.
well with
That
chimes
is
of the clock
from the
yet
story.
rang.
Yeah, that's
It was observed
I haven't read the story in a long time. I should reread it.
it's good.
And the
He
more
wrote a couple
aged and
stories in the
sedate
same theme of the
passed
idea
their
of a
hands
party
over
that
their
death comes to,
brows,
and
as if in confused reverie or meditation. But when the echoes had fully ceased, a light laughter at once pervaded the assembly. The musicians looked at each other and smiled, as if at their own nervousness and folly, and made whispering vows each to the other.
amazing.
The next
art.
chiming of the clock would produce in them no similar emotion. And then, after the lapse of 60 minutes, there came yet another chiming of the
Kind
clock.
of like brutalist
and there
folk
were the
art. I
same
don't know.
discontent and tremulousness and meditation
Yeah.
as before. But in spite of these things, it was a magnificent revel. The tastes of the Duke were peculiar. He had a fine eye for color and effects.
Oh my gosh.
He disregarded the decor of mere fashion. His plans were bold and fiery, and his conception glowed with barbaric luster. There are some who would have thought him mad. His followers felt that he was not.
I wish this game had like subtitles.
See and
Yeah.
touch him to be sure that he was. He had directed in great part the embellishments of the 7 chambers upon occasion of this great fete. And it was his guiding taste which had given character to the masqueraders. He's sure they were grotesque. There was much glare and glitter and piquancy and phantasm. There were arabesque figures with unsuited limbs and appointments. There were delirious fancies such as the madman fashions. There was much of the beautiful, much of the wanton, much of the bizarre, something of the terrible, and not a little of that which might have excited disgust. To and fro in the 7 chambers there stalked a multitude of dreams. And these, the dreams, right in and about, taking hue from the rooms, and causing the wild music of the orchestra to seem as the echo of their steps. Until at length,
Yeah, you should check out some of this audio later on. It's kind of creepy.
upon the clock, and
hear it a
then the
little
music
bit.
ceased as I have told, and the evolutions of the waltzers were quieted, and there was an uneasy cessation of all things as before. But now there were 12 strokes to be sounded by the bell of the clock, and as it happened, perhaps, that more of thought crept with more of time into the meditations of the thoughtful among those who reveled. And thus do it happen, perhaps, that before the last echoes of the last chime had utterly sunk into silence, that there were many individuals in the crowd who had found leisure to become aware of the presence of a masked figure. The rumor of the new presence having spread itself whisperingly round, there arose at length from the whole company a buzz or murmur expressive of disapprobation and surprise, then finally of terror, of horror, and of disgust. In an assembly of phantasms such as I have painted, it may well be supposed that no ordinary appearance could have created such sensation. In truth, the masquerade license of the night was nearly unlimited, but the figure in question had out-Heroded Herod, and gone beyond the bounds of even the prince's indefinite decorum. There are chords in the hearts of the most reckless, which
I like these reactions. You're like, oh.
even the utterly lost, to whom life and death are equally jest.
I like these reactions.
There are matters of which no jest can be made. The whole company, indeed, seemed now deeply to feel that in the costume and bearing of the stranger, neither wit nor propriety existed. The figure was tall and gaunt, and shrouded from head to foot in the habiliments of the grave. The mask, which concealed the visage, was made so nearly to resemble the countenance of a stiffened corpse that the closest scrutiny must have had difficulty in detecting the cheat. And yet all of this might have been endured, if not approved by the mad revelers around. But the mummer had gone so far as to assume the type of the Red Death. His vesture was dabbled in blood, and his broad brow with all the features of his face was besprinkled with a scarlet horror. When the eyes of Prince Prospero fell upon this spectral image, which with a slow and solemn movement, as if more fully to sustain its role, stalked to and fro among the waltzers, he was seen to be convulsed with a strong shudder, either of terror or distaste, whereupon his brow reddened with rage. "Who dares," he demanded harshly of his courtiers who stood near him, "who dares insult us with this blasphemous mockery? Seize him and unmask him, that we may know whom we have to hang at sunrise from the battlements."
Yeah.
In a blue chamber, in which stood the Prince Prospero as he uttered these words, they rang throughout the 7 rooms loudly and clearly, for the prince was a bold and robust man, and the music had become hushed at the waving of his hand. At first, as he spoke, there was a slight rushing movement of pale courtiers in the direction of the intruder, who, at the moment, was also near at hand, and now, with deliberate and stately step, made closer approach to the speaker. But from a certain nameless awe with which the mad assumptions of the mummer had inspired the whole party, there were found none who put forth hand to seize him, so that, unimpeded, he passed within a yard of the prince's person. And while the vast assembly, as if with one impulse, shrank in the centers of the rooms to the walls, he made his way uninterruptedly, but with the same solemn and measured step, through the blue chamber to the purple, through the purple to the green, through the green to the orange, through this again to the white, and even thence to the violet. Every decided movement had been made to arrest him. It was then, however, that the Prince Prospero, maddening with rage and the shame of his own momentary cowardice, rushed hurriedly through the 6 chambers, while none followed him on account of a deadly terror that had seized upon all. Bore aloft a drawn dagger, and had approached in rapid impetuosity to within 3 or 4 feet of the retreating figure, when the latter, having attained the extremity of the velvet apartment, turned suddenly and confronted his pursuer. There was a sharp cry, the dagger dropped gleaming upon the sable carpet, upon which, instantly afterwards, fell prostrate in death the Prince Prospero. Then, summoning the wild courage of despair, a throng of the revelers at once threw themselves into the black apartment, and seizing the mummer, whose tall figure stood erect and motionless within the shadow of the ebony clock, gasped in unutterable horror at finding the grave cerements and the corpse-like mask, which they held with so violent a rudeness, untenanted by any tangible form. Now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one dropped the revelers in the blood-bedewed halls of their revel, and died each in the despairing posture of his fall. The light of the ebony clock went out with the last of the gay, and the flames of the tripods expired, and darkness and decay and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all.
Whew. Wow. That was the whole thing. Oh, don't do it again. No, he's not going to play the song again, is he?
Red Death.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Black out, black out.
It won't let me do it. Oh, my God. I didn't think it was going to do it again. Oh. Oh, I hit escape. Oh. Did that just... Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I just...
The 2 parts of those brains have filled in.
Yeah, so when I hit escape, I think it took me to like a chapter setting. So I think that you could choose 2 different things. Wait, what is remove? I guess that would probably delete one. And, oh, here we can look at the credits here. Hold on. William S. Burroughs.
That was the guy who was reading that story to us. That makes sense. It does sound like now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. And here are the illustrators. Yeah, these guys, research. Can't see who did the research, but...
Amazing.
Jack Angel. Jennifer Hale. Oh, Jennifer Hale did some voices in this. She's done a lot of video game voices. So here's the stuff we haven't gone to yet. There's Mask of the Red Death, read by William S. Burroughs. Illustration by Richard Downes. So it looks like there's 2 other stories in there, Lenore and... All right. Exit that. Okay. So then, would it let me get back into the game I was just exited?
That was some beautiful art there. That's like exactly my favorite kind of
Yeah. No, that was really cool. Richard Downes, it said, did that. So if I click on this, does it take me back to that room I was in? It's telling me the story again, isn't it? Okay, no, not doing that. Okay. All right, well, that seems like a good place to end then. Oh my gosh. That was that's really something. I'm not sure what to make of this yet, but it's interesting.
Okay, do a little research on this and figure out kind of what we're looking at, where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, it
So it
seems like it's
appears to be the modern story that's going on, which is like Henry and Elise,
mhm.
and it is this man who wants to marry his very young cousin. So I mean, I'm sure we can see the parallels there.
Right.
And then in this story, you keep having nightmares that retell the stories of Edgar Allan Poe
Mhm.
stories. And then this phrenological, is that how you pronounce it? Phrenological
Phrenology,
study,
that's how I would pronounce
where
it, yeah.
each section of the brain is lighting up with these nightmare scenarios. So first you did Berenice, and we just did the Mask of the Red Death.
Yeah.
Um,
There are a lot of spaces to fill in that skull, so I wonder if every space.
yeah, in the credits, they're definitely they had Annabelle Lee, they had the Telltale
Yeah.
Heart. I saw a bunch of them. So my favorite Poe stories. I'm such a basic person. I love the Raven. I love
Yeah.
Annabelle Lee. I love the Black Cat. Uh,
Yeah.
the Black Cat's a really good one. I think. Well, no spoilers.
Yeah. Did you ever see the I don't know if you're a fan of the Simpsons, but they did the Treehouse of Horror and a lot of some of their older ones.
Yes,
They did the Raven
their Raven
with
is wonderful. Their Raven is
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that show in a long time, but they did a lot of Twilight Zone, some Edgar Allan Poe and you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's Poe is there's almost like there's a Poe kind of for every generation because there's those old ones from the 60s that starred like um, Vincent Price.
Vincent Price, yeah.
There's, there were most recently, I guess we were already talking about those Netflix ones. There were ones, I think it was probably like 10 years ago now. John Cusack did one where he played Poe. It was very bizarre.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw that. And I
Yeah,
like John Cusack.
when I got these books, I started, I was reading all this Poe. Everyone's like, telling me their favorite, right? Have you seen
Yeah.
this or that? So I tried to watch everyone so that I would sound knowledgeable. Like if I'm gonna set myself up as a Poe expert, I have to have been like, yes, I did see your stupid cheesy 60s horror movie. All these different versions, but I do think that everybody who like kind of finds Poe has their own kind of entrance into it, and then they explore sort of what they want to explore. So
Yeah.
I kind of just hope that my book gets to be the entrance for somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that definitely will be the first because I don't even know if they still like obviously at their preparatory academy they study Poe, but I don't know if they still cover Poe in school or not.
Well, at my kids' public school,
Yeah.
they studied Poe in middle school. My daughter read The Telltale Heart, and I want to say Annabelle Lee too.
Okay.
Um, and it's funny because I have this Poe backpack. Get it. Um, and
Oh wow.
yeah, and
Oh wow.
carry around it has the Telltale Heart, the Raven, the Gold Bug, and this is the
Oh,
House
the
of
gold bug.
Usher. And it's really great. And I actually got it before I got these books because I'm a Poe fan from way back. But everywhere I go, if I carry it around, the clerk at the McDonald's would be like, "Oh, I love Edgar Allan Poe. Like, this is my favorite Edgar Allan Poe story." So like
Yeah.
people tell me that they read Edgar Allan Poe, they love Edgar Allan Poe, um, and so I think he is really really widely read to this day. And I know he's probably one of the most widely read American authors in the world.
Hmm.
And when I went to go visit his grave in Baltimore, the guy giving the tours was talking about how there's all these legends about his grave. For decades, there was this mysterious visitor to his grave. They called him the Poe Toaster because every year on I want to say it was his birthday, there would appear these three roses and a bottle of, I want to say it was cognac.
Oh.
But he gave these tours to people all over the world, and he told me that wherever they came from, that's they would be like, "Oh yes, we know about the Poe toaster every year." And like these Russians came, and they were like, "Yeah, every year he leaves three roses and a bottle of vodka at Poe's grave."
Huh.
And then like the people from, I don't know, someplace else would say it was a bottle of whatever their like specialty liquor
Hmm.
was. And um, I think it's interesting, kind of like the way that his reputation has persisted in the way that he's still being read all these years later.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for
I could
sure.
just nerd out. I could just nerd out about Poe all night long.
I have I don't I think I used to have a copy of like the Barnes and Noble like collection and like the complete Edgar Allan Poe, and then I think I got rid of that one, but now I replaced it with like the same one, and I think it maybe has like the gold like edges and everything. But do you have like any special editions of any of the Poe books, or like what's your favorite?
I have this giant sort of omnibus
Yeah.
of Edgar Allan Poe. But I do recommend that if people want to read more from him, the Edgar Allan Poe Society of Baltimore has this wonderful website. I believe it's
Hmm.
eapoe.org, where they've coalesced all of his works, his letters, various images of him, various images, by him. The Richmond Poe Museum also puts a lot of the pictures of their collection online,
Hmm.
and they have like wonderful articles. If you ever wanted to know more about Poe, if you wanted to know more about his life, his death, um, which is still, of course, a big mystery. Uh,
Yeah, it sounds like his real life is was kind of as odd and in some ways disturbing and mysterious as like his actual stories.
yeah, and I
Um,
think he was like a lot of writers. He didn't have a lot of money, and
yeah, that's really sad. I mean,
lived kind of on the edges of everything. And he moved around a lot. Like there are a lot of houses that are like in museums and things, and a lot of the places that he lived are currently preserved as historical buildings, but they weren't always preserved that way. It's not like if you go to like Mount Vernon, right,
right.
and everything, all the furniture is there and stuff like that. There's a house in the Bronx that Poe and his family did actually live in, but until the 60s, it was still being rented to people. Like I think it was a
Huh.
post office at one point, and then they were like, "Wait, this is a house Poe lived in. Let's preserve it." But it doesn't have, necessarily the furniture that he had when he lived there. It's the same thing for his townhouse in Baltimore, which is where he lived in the 1830s, with his grandmother and the woman who was a girl then. She was a girl when he married her, but the woman who would become
Hmm.
his wife and her mother, and then it does have some furniture that belonged to the Poes and also the Allens in it, but not a lot because that just wasn't saved. It wasn't preserved in any way, and the home was being rented out to other people until sometime in the middle of the 20th century when they decided to, preserve it.
Yeah.
And then there's another home in Philadelphia where I believe he lived for a certain amount of time. It's a national park, and I have not been to that one because it's unfortunately been closed for renovations for a couple of years now, and they don't know when it's going to open because of budget cuts in the Park Service.
Ugh. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but that one's really interesting because one of the rooms in that home they designed to look like Poe published this essay about his theory of furniture arranging,
What?
and it was definitely kind of aspirational because he had no money for any like he's putting marble tables and stuff and damask curtains and things in his beautiful sitting room, which of course he doesn't actually possess because he doesn't have any money like at all. I think that he made $9 off the Raven because this was before copyright.
Wow.
This was before
Yeah.
copyright, so he didn't make any of that money. He was actually a very famous writer. He was known all over the place, and he was quite famous, especially after The Raven came out. But he was not wealthy because there was
Right.
really no mechanism for writers to make money because there was no copyright. So The Raven came out, it was a smash hit for the newspaper that put it out. And then every other newspaper in America immediately was like, well, that poem sells copies, let's print it. And that was that. Like
Wow.
he didn't see that money. He actually
Wow.
probably made more money. He was a very good performer. His mother had been a famous actress, also a job that didn't make any money back then. And
Hmm.
he had been educated very well by his foster family, the Allens, and so he would go around and recite his poetry in halls, and they would sell tickets, and that was kind of how he made a lot of money. He would go around and give speeches and recite his poems and
Yeah.
in halls all over the place. And that's what he was doing actually when he died in Baltimore. He was on a trip trying to raise money for this. He wanted his own magazine because if you had your own magazine and you were publishing things yourself, then you made that money from selling
Right.
copies versus like selling it once to be printed. But he was trying to raise money for his own magazine. It was going to be called The Stylist, and he was traveling around doing like talks and things, and he had a trunk full of speeches and essays that he would read and poems he would recite and stuff like that. And he died in Baltimore. And
Oh man.
we still don't know why. We don't know what happened to him.
Good for him figuring out how to hustle and like
Yeah.
capitalize on it in the only way that he could, and
Yeah.
and selling himself as a because a lot I guess we're used to authors having to do appearances, and then you also have like celebrities who do like con appearances and things like that. It's sort of like how you keep making money when you're not like relevant anymore or whatever.
I think
But
the con thing is actually really similar. Like we know all
yeah,
these actors who, they had a role on a TV show and they're very, very popular to those fans, but they're not necessarily getting
yeah,
residuals, right? The way that they would count on. So they do go to these cons and they sell their signatures and they make appearances and they give talks. I think that's actually like a very similar model to what Poe had to do in his age because he was quite famous, and that's why when he died at the age of 40, it was such an enormous shock to everyone because he was a person who was really coming into his own as a talent. And there was a really interesting response to his death because he was a famous person and he died rather suddenly, sort of at the height of his fame. And so all of his enemies came out at once to sort of dredge his name through the mud. All their little petty. There was one guy in particular, Griswold, who wrote this really brutal obituary of him. He was like, everybody hates Poe, but like I think
wow.
mostly it was Griswold who hated him. Um, and he's sort of his frenemy. And then there were also a lot of people who kind of came in out of the woodwork to help his mother-in-law, who was
Mm.
also his aunt. And she, of course, had nobody at that point to support her. And there's this great story about Longfellow, who was a much more successful author than Poe at the time. And he also, like, I think he had some family money, or maybe his wife had money. And he was a professor at Harvard, and he had a lot of stuff going for him. And Poe had written brutal reviews of his work, like brutal. Poe was known for, they called him the Tomahawk Man because he would like
Oh
the
wow.
hatchet job with everybody. But he had written these brutal, brutal reviews of Longfellow's work, and he'd said, he accused Longfellow of plagiarism, which was like not entirely wrong. I think there was just a little there was some truth to that, and then he also said, he's not writing anything new. He's just copying his European betters. In 100 years, nobody will be reading Longfellow, and I think it's very interesting because I don't think they are reading Longfellow.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
read
agree.
Longfellow until I got to
I'm
college.
aware of Longfellow, and I'm sure at some point I must have read something, but it's certainly not. Nobody's made a Longfellow video game, like
Yeah.
or a Netflix series about Longfellow's works or anything like that. I mean, yeah,
I mean, Hiawatha, like
right.
there's some stuff in there that's not necessarily. No one's gonna do it now, that's for sure.
It's so funny. It's so interesting, like because when you read about like old timey folks who would write these like scathing criticisms of their contemporaries, and like today is like I don't even want, I hated your book, I'm not gonna put a 1-star review on Goodreads or
But my
whatever, like
Emily
I'm
Wilson just published that book
yeah,
in the London Review of Books talking about how much she hated Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey,
yeah,
which was supposedly based on her translation. So, oh, but anyway, to finish the Longfellow story, so even though Poe had been quite uncharitable to Longfellow during his life, I don't think Longfellow held any kind of grudges because he visited Maria Clemm Poe, Poe's mother-in-law, and he gave her some money because he didn't
aw,
have any. Um, and then his fame grew so much, because people were reading him all over. Arthur Conan Doyle, who created Sherlock Holmes and wrote all the Sherlock Holmes stories, um, he wrote that there would be no Sherlock Holmes were it not for Poe, because Poe wrote like basically the first detective stories
right.
about his sort of French detective character, Auguste Dauphin. So,
Purloined Letter,
and yeah, the Purloined Letter,
yeah,
the Murder in the Rue Morgue.
right.
Uh, those are him, and that's Auguste. So now you know where I got the name Gus from.
Ah, right.
So yeah, but anyway, I'm just a font of Poe trivia now. I
That's
think.
great. No, it's really good that you remember all this stuff too. I was talking to somebody online, like chatting with somebody about how like I'll do a lot of research for a book or story, and for a very brief period of time I am the expert on that topic. But then when I'm done with the thing, I pretty much will forget like pretty much everything. But you seem to be retaining, although you're still working on.
I'm still, yeah. There's a book
Yeah,
3 that's coming out next year,
yeah, that's
so
awesome.
that's good. So yeah, I'm still in the thick of it with Poe, and there's another Poe story that I really, really want to write, but I do not have a publisher for that one yet. So,
Yet.
um,
I have to say though, when I was setting up the title for the stream, like your book didn't do me any favors in um, consistently misspelling Alan. Like I think probably everyone misspells Alan at some point, Edgar Allan Poe, and
yeah,
then I was like, no, that's not right.
yeah, I know. I think it is a funny thing about the misspelling of Alan. It's the whole name of Alan is interesting. It's interesting that we call him Edgar Allan Poe now because he never called himself that. Never.
Hmm.
Never called himself that. He never signed his work Edgar Allan Poe. He always signed his work either Edgar A. Poe or E. A. Poe, or any of a slew of pseudonyms, which he also would use. That was like a very popular thing to do.
Yeah. Well, in the game, we just saw something was just credited as Epo. You know.
Epo, yeah, but
Yeah.
he didn't use the name Allen because he had a big falling out with his foster father, Mr. Allen, and he was cut off from him. So I think it's interesting now that we say Edgar Allan Poe, because he would not have referred to himself in that manner.
Hmm.
And we don't really do that with other authors. We choose to let them call themselves what they called themselves. Like, do you know E. E. Cummings' real name? I don't.
No, no.
You write
I know.
articles.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if we were
Um,
talking about you professionally, we'd say like, "Oh, you see, you know."
Yeah, no, that's true. Um, I know whenever I refer to Octavia E. Butler, I remember the middle initial, but lots of people will just leave it out. They'll just say Octavia Butler. But I always try to remember the E,
Because that's how.
which I believe was for Estelle. Yeah, yeah, you know. Um,
That is interesting. Like, because it's funny too, because if you know them, maybe these people who were talking about Octavia Butler know her personally, because ever since I met George R. R. Martin, I just call him George Martin. So, George.
yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I often will just call her Octavia, because I did know her. So
You did?
yeah, I did know her. Yeah, I went. She was my first week instructor at Clarion West in 2005. We were and that was the last class that she taught, and then she was already planning to not continue teaching, but then she unfortunately passed away the following year. Yeah, no, I have one of my favorite critiques. So she critiqued my submission story for Clarion West, and then for my first week story, I wrote a story that I did end up publishing called like Little Zombie Girl, I think. And she wrote at the top of the page in pencil, she's like, really gross and not a story. so that's my favorite critique, and I still have that. I need to scan that page in.
Oh my god, that's so brutal.
Yeah, but I love it.
Really gross, not a story.
Not a story.
Octavia Butler. You should put that on the like the covers of books, like
Yeah.
by Myers, case Octavia Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
I ran into George R. R. Martin in an elevator once. I want to say that he asked me to hold the door for him, but I'm not sure if he actually did. But I did hold the door for him.
I did actually do that for another friend of mine, Michael Ventrella, and Michael held the door, and then he made that joke to George, and George gave him a look and said, "You don't know how close you are." That was years before. That was years before we all found out. So
yeah, that's funny.
Michael tells that story a lot.
I think I saw him post that at some point.
Yeah.
After the HBO series. Yeah.
After the HBO series. All right, well, this was really fun. I don't know
yes.
how we got into the story between our technological difficulties.
I feel like we just scraped the surface of this one. Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm glad we got something working in some fashion. But yeah, it was fun. I'll definitely have to. This was like possibly the best like $4 I've spent. I think it was on sale for this game.
I have to say, I love the art, and I'm really glad I figured out how to make my sounds work so I could listen to Burroughs retelling The Mask of the Red Death. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research. If I unearth anything interesting, I'll share it. I'm going to take a look at the manual and see what it suggests this game is. Yeah. And I'll have to do some research on kind of the making of it, because it's pretty fascinating. It's very strange. And I do wonder if there's yeah.
Oh, sorry. I went to this like it's like an Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy, and it's this traveling show where they give you cocktails that are themed after the different stories, and then they do these very dramatic readings with costumes and lights and stuff of the Edgar Allan Poe stories. Like they act them out, but it's just one reader reading the text, like Poe's text, and it was fantastic. If it comes to your town, you should definitely look into it.
It was nearby. I didn't get to go while it was nearby, but I think they have another speakeasy type thing that they also run, and I'm sure the Edgar Allan Poe thing will come back, especially around like Halloween or something. So I'm going to keep an eye out for it. I think when it came around, I was like deep in book deadlines. You know how that goes.
You're always in book deadlines.
Right now I'm not. So I just turned something in, and I have a brief period of well, I don't know how brief it'll be. Potentially long-term period of lying fallow and working on my own stuff. We'll see.
Well,
but
yeah. I'm just in the deadline zone. Like I have a book due at the end of the month, and then I'm going to Dragon Con, and then October I have the second Ellen Poe book coming out, and we're going to be doing all the sort of spooky season stuff to promote that, which is really exciting.
Yeah, no, that's actually, yeah, that's a perfect time for that book to come out.
Book. I have to write my 2028 book. I have to make that happen.
You'll make it work somehow. Somehow we get it done. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I just sacrifice sleep. You still doing the 5 a.m. thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to do that for a while. For a long time, I was staying up late and getting up early.
Yeah, because this is way past my bedtime.
Yeah. I appreciate you sticking it out, especially when you're on a deadline. But if I do play Siberia at some point, maybe you can come back for that one. I'll have worked out the technical aspects of this by then, and you can.
I would absolutely love to, because we would not be lost there. I've played it through many times, and I'll tell you what to do. Or
Awesome.
I'll sit there and I'll keep my mouth shut and be like, "Don't touch that! Do touch that!"
Yeah, some games I play, like most of the time I do want to go in kind of cold, but some games it's fun to bring in like a super fan and somebody who's really well versed in it, to kind of like geek out about it, while I'm experiencing it for the first time. So maybe we can make that work. I guess after October, probably.
Yeah, probably. All right. Cool. Well,
yeah.
It's a very wintry game. It's like.
That's true.
So I think, waiting for the winter months would probably be key.
All right, we'll make it happen.
All right. Well, this was really fun.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you all for hanging out. Great White North said this was worth the money. If you guys are catching this later on in recording, thank you for watching. Thank you, Great White North. He says it was a great stream. Yeah, so Great White North is streaming tomorrow night. He's, I believe, doing more Fatal Frame. Actually, no, you were doing Blaster Master last week, so I don't know what you're playing tomorrow night, but I'm sure you're playing something. And Omega Ace will be streaming on Friday night. I think you're doing Mina the Hollower. Captain Algebra is not streaming on Friday. And I'm hoping I'll be back on Sunday night playing Metroid Prime, but that stream keeps getting bumped because like life keeps happening. So sometimes I don't stream on Sunday nights, but yeah, stream for sure. Something Grandma North says. Sounds good. All right. Thanks again, Diana. Everybody check out Ellen Poe, The Forgotten Lore, which is out now. The camera's over here now. This is out now. And then the second book, For Evermore, is out in October. And then a third book at some point next year, I guess.
Yeah, next year.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your night and a good week. Bye-bye. Thanks.